Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back in the another English grammar class. So, what are you doing, my dear children? Are you listening? Are you watching my video and noting down what I will say? All this work is acting. You can say action, whether you sit, stand. These are action you are doing, like walking, talking, eating, jumping. These all are verbs. So, what are verbs? Verbs are action that we do. Just now I have told that eat, drink, read, write, run, jump, sleep, fight. These all are action words which are called verbs. Now, this is the definition of a verb. So, what is a verb? Verb is a word that expresses action or a state of being. Being means existence. So, this is the definition of the verb. Now, I am going to explain you the chapter from your book. As I told you, verbs expresses action or state of being, that is existence. So here are some of the examples given in your English grammar book, lesson number 5. This is the first example. The baby sleeps peacefully in its cot. It is too cold to swim today. Sorry, Mama, I forgot to close the tap. Look, Rahul, I have a new watch. The injured lion roared loudly. Hello, Arun, how are you? So the word sleeps, is, forgot, have, roared, and are verbs. Like sleep, forgot, roared. These shows the action, and is, have, are. These word expresses the state of being. So all the colored words are verb. So all these colored words, they show the particular action of a people and animal. That is about the noun. Now we'll see the different job in each sentence. Like we'll talk about sleeps. Sleeps is a doing word. Doing word means it is showing the action, physical action about the noun. Like what the baby is doing. Baby is a noun here. That is subject. So subject sleeps, like a baby sleeps. So here are a few examples. Fly, swim, break, dance, cry, sing. These all shows the physical action. Second one is. Is a being verb. Being verb means shows the existence, state of being. People and things, what they are. For example, am, is, are, was, were, be, being, being. You can see in this example, hello, Arun, how are you? So, are is showing the action of being. So, it is a being verb. Sentence 3, forgot. It is a thinking verb. It shows how people process ideas, means how the action of the ideas. You can see in the example, sorry Mama, I forgot to close the tap. So here it is showing the action that he forgot to close the tap. Some more examples are think, believe, remember, imagine. Now sentence number 4, have. Have is a having verb. It shows the people have or possesses. Means it shows the possession, that is belonging. Look, Rahul, I have a new watch. So here have shows the possession means the watch belongs to him. Next sentence, rode. It is a saying verb. It shows how living things express themselves. So saying verbs indicates the speaking. The injured lion roared loudly. So lion is expressing his speaking through roaring. So roared here is a saying verb. For example, growl, squeak, shout, howl, whisper, say, call. These all words are indicating the speaking of the living thing. In your English grammar book, two kinds of verbs are given. First one is transitive verb and next one is intransitive verb. I am going to explain you in detail what is transitive verb and what is intransitive verb. This is the definition of a transitive verb. A verb which requires an object after it to complete its sense is called a transitive verb. Means an action verb with a direct object. If there is no direct object, it is intransitive verb. But don't be confused. First, I will tell you about the transitive verb. So these are the sentences given. The man killed a snake. The boy opened the window. Alice made a doll. If alone I will see the colored words, so it is not making a complete sentence. No sense, no meaning. When we will ask the question with what or whom, if we are getting the answer, it means it is a transitive verb. Now, like in the first one, what did the man kill? We are getting the answer. A snake. What did the boy open? The window. What did Alice make? A doll. So these words are the object and killed, opened, made are the verbs. So after verb, object is required. So it is called a transitive verb. Now next one is what is an intransitive verb? This is the definition of verb which does not require an object to complete its sense but makes good sense by itself is called an intransitive verb. So no object without object makes the complete sense and it gives no answer for what or whom. So with no direct object and it requires the meaning but it does not requires an object. You can see in the example the man died. It is a complete sense. It is making a good sense. The girl smiled. The sun shines. In these sentences, if we will ask the questions, what did man died? So we are not getting an answer. What did the girl smile? We are not getting the answer. So it is an intransitive verb. So intransitive verb makes good sense and do not requires an object after them to complete the sense. So it is an intransitive verb. So in your book there are some verbs which can be used both transitively and intransitively is given. These are the transitive ones and these are the intransitive ones. In the first example you can see the boy flies kites. Birds fly in the air. Both fly verbs can be used in transitive as well as in intransitive. In the first example, fly is a transitive verb because the action has a direct object, that is kites. You can ask the question also, what did the boys fly? Kites. We are getting the answer also. In the second one, birds fly in the air. So here, what did the birds fly? So we are not getting the answer. And in the second one, it is an intransitive verb because there is no action upon a direct object. It is describing the action of fly only. Second, he runs a hotel. What did he runs? A hotel. He runs fast. What did he run? So no answer we are getting. Mr. Modi opens the shop at 8. What did Mr. Modi opens? The shop at 8. School opens at 9 o'clock. What did school open? So no answer, no direct object we are getting. He writes novels. What did he write? Novels. He writes legibly. What did he write? So no answer. The driver stopped the train. What did the driver stop? The train we are getting. We stopped there a little. What did we stop? No answer. The ox drew the cart. What did the ox draw? He drew the cart. He drew near. What did he drew? No answer. The mouse stole food. What did the mouse steal? Food. We are getting the answer. She stole out of the room carefully. What did she steal out of the room? Nothing. No answer we are getting. So these all words, fly, fly, can be used as intransitive or transitive verbs, but the usages are different. So my dear children, there are some verbs in English that can be followed by a direct and an indirect object, that is double object verbs. So some transitive verbs take two objects after them, one of which is a thing and other some person. You can see in the examples, she gave him a rupee. Here verb, then indirect object, then direct object. I asked her her name. Here also asked verb, her indirect object, name direct object. He taught us English. Taught verb, us indirect object, English direct object. So rupee, name and English are direct objects and him, her, us are indirect objects. So a direct object is usually the name of a thing and an indirect object is usually the name of some person. The indirect object usually comes before the direct object. So already I told you, objects are always nouns or pronouns. This you must follow: verb plus noun or pronoun, indirect object plus noun, direct objects. So my dear students, some intransitive or transitive verb requires a word or a group to complete sentences. That is called complement. So I am going to tell you about verbs of incomplete predication. Verbs that do not make complete sense but require some word or words after them. For this purpose are called verb of incomplete predication. So those sentences need a complement. So a complement is that which completes the predicate. You can see in this example, Ravi is a good boy. So here is an intransitive verb. So to complete this, we have added a good boy. Here also a teacher called a student. Here called is a transitive verb. So here also we have added a students. So to make a complete sense, we need to add complement. So my dear students, today I have explained to you what is a verb, kinds of verb, the double object verbs, verbs of incomplete predication. Hope everybody had understood the concept, and today in my Zoom class I will be going to explain you the exercises of this chapter, that is verbs and kinds of verbs, and you can clear your queries in the Zoom class. So thank you. Have a nice day.